The Terror of Raven Hollow. Please, listen carefully. This story is not fiction. The scream tore through the Montana woods at 3:47 a.m. It was the last time Emma ever heard Logan's voice. 3 days earlier, the four of them had arrived laughing. Now only Emma remained. Ryan and Maya had already vanished, and Logan had been swallowed by the darkness minutes ago. The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was alive, thick, heavy, pressing against her ears. The kind of silence that exists when something is watching. Day 1, the arrival. What's up, guys? Ready to see the truth about Montana's so-called terror? Logan grinned at the camera. 3.2 million subscribers. The perfect face of his channel exposed. Debunking legends. Today we're heading to Raven Hollow, where a cursed cabin has supposedly made young people vanish since the 80s. Emma rolled her eyes from the passenger seat. At 24, she was the group's cinematographer, the skeptic. Logan, watch the road. We lost GPS 40 minutes ago. I've got the map, said Ryan, holding up a wrinkled paper in the back seat. He was the researcher, 25, sharp-minded, always logical. Maya adjusted the lighting beside him. Did you read the comments? People keep saying not to go. Some of them are weird, like, you'll be next on the tapes. What tapes? Viral marketing, Logan laughed. The scarier, the better for the algorithm. The van rumbled down a narrowing dirt road. The forest seemed to lean in, listening. There. Ryan pointed at a barely visible path. The cabin's about 3 kilometers that way. 15 minutes later, it appeared. Dark wood, almost black. Empty window frames like hollow eyes. A sagging roof as if the ground were trying to pull the house back down. When they stepped out of the van, they felt it immediately. The air reeked of rot and resin. And there was that silence. No birds, no wind, no sound at all. Perfect, Logan muttered, forcing a smile. The front door was slightly open. He pushed it. Hello, ghosts, demons, influencers looking for clout? Inside smelled of mildew. Furniture covered in yellowed sheets. Faded footprints in the dust. Then my crash upstairs. Ryan? Emma called. Not me, it came from one of the rooms. They ran up the stairs. Ryan stood frozen at the end of the hall, pointing. The room was full of old film equipment. VHS cameras, rusted tripods, tapes scattered everywhere. And on the wall, written in dried blood, "You can't leave." Below it, dozens of Polaroids. Different groups posing in front of the same cabin. Different decades. The same expression. Pure terror. Holy shit, Logan whispered. Guys, Maya panted, appearing behind them. You need to see the basement. The first tape. The basement was worse. Damp walls, low ceiling, a single bare light bulb swinging, even though there was no power. In the center, an old TV connected to a VCR. A tape was already inside. There's no electricity here, Emma murmured. But the TV was on, static hissing softly. Ryan pressed play. Date August 15th, 1987. 4 young people appeared. Colorful 80s clothes, nervous smiles. They were in the same basement. We're at the haunted Raven Hollow cabin, and we're here to prove... Cut. Now it was night. A girl alone, crying, her camera shaking. They're gone. Jason and Mark disappeared. Carrie started hearing voices and a sound behind her, scraping. She turned the camera. Something moved in the corner. Darkness itself, alive, shifting, taking human shape, but wrong. The girl screamed. The camera fell, dragging footsteps, silence. The tape ended. None of them spoke. Edited, Logan said, trying to sound confident. Someone staged this. There are more tapes. Ryan pointed to the boxes in the corner. Dozens. Emma checked them. Dates 1993, 2003, 2015. All showed the same thing. Groups arriving confident, vanishing one by one. Always ending with a single person trembling, filming themselves before it cut to black. We need to go, Maya said, now. They ran upstairs. The front door, locked, wouldn't budge. Ryan slammed his shoulder into it. Nothing. The windows wouldn't break. The van keys. Emma dashed into the kitchen. Gone. I saw you leave them right here, she yelled. Heavy footsteps thudded above them. We checked up there and it was empty. Logan backed away. The steps stopped. Then a raspy voice, impossible to place. You wanted exposure? The lights flickered, wind with no electricity. I'll give you all the exposure you deserve. The first night, they barricaded themselves in the living room, Maya sobbing, Ryan checking the windows again and again, Emma still filming without realizing it, Logan refreshing his phone. No signal, none. The TV turned on by itself. A tape from 2003. 5 teens realizing they were trapped. One blonde boy walked into the woods saying he'd found a trail. The camera filmed from the window as he walked straight ahead, 20 meters, 50, 100. Then he stepped out of the tree line from the opposite side back into the clearing. Confused, he tried again, and again, and again. On the 6th try, something yanked him into the trees. Too fast to see. His screams lasted 5 minutes. The TV shut off. "This isn't real," Maya whispered, trembling. "It can't be." Ryan flipped through an old diary. 1981 belonged to a local resident, he said, reading aloud. The old tribes called this place Yaataaní, the sleepless watcher, a being that collects souls through images. They avoided mirrors here. When white men brought cameras, it found a new way to capture. Each group that comes to record feeds it. It manifests through the recordings. Those on the tapes aren't dead. They're trapped, reliving their last moments forever. "Turn that camera off," Logan shouted at Emma. "Now!" She tried. The button didn't work. The battery wouldn't come out, still recording. Logan threw his GoPro against the wall. It bounced off, intact, still filming. Every device, phones, cameras, watches, recording on their own. Nothing could be turned off. "It's recording everything," Ryan whispered. "Every second of fear." Voices whispered outside. "Logan, come see the truth." Emma, keep filming. Forever. Ryan, you wanted answers. Maya, so beautiful on camera. Logan covered his ears. "Shut up." Then he opened the door. "I'm going for help." "No." Emma grabbed his arm. He pulled free. He walked toward the van. With every step it seemed farther away. The space stretched like elastic. Logan stopped, turned slowly. Walked back, his movements mechanical, eyes glassy. At the door, he looked through the window and smiled. It wasn't his smile. Recording, forever." He turned and walked into the forest. They never saw him again. Day 2. Ryan stayed awake all night analyzing tapes. They all end the same. Someone tries to escape, vanishes. The others panic. One by one, they're taken. The last one keeps recording, until they become part of the collection. "Then we don't split up," Emma said, watching the window. "I just need the bathroom," Maya whispered. "I'll go with you." But the hallway looked different, longer, endless. The bathroom door far away, unreachable. They walked and walked, 10 minutes, still not there. "Go back," Emma said. They turned. The living room was gone, only hallway stretching forever. "Ryan," no answer. The lights flickered. At both ends of the hall, silhouettes appeared, tall, thin, limbs too long, moving in jittery frames. Clicks, camera shutters, flashes. "Run!" They burst through a door, the basement. Ryan sat there, back turned, watching the TV. "Ryan, thank God!" He collapsed. Not Ryan. A 3D projection. Emma touched him, and he glitched, then vanished. "Where is he?" The TV answered. A new tape. Date, today. Ryan appeared in darkness. "Emma, Maya, I don't know where I am. I stepped outside for a second and now I'm here." Everything looked grainy, static. Behind him, hundreds of people frozen, faces twisted in eternal fear. "They're all here, everyone. I can hear them whispering that..." Something moved. Ryan screamed. The camera fell. Static. Silence. The TV turned off. Maya sobbed on the floor. "Emma," a voice whispered. "You film so beautifully. Your footage will be my favorite piece." "Let us go," she screamed. Laughter, hundreds of voices. "Go, you came for exposure. You'll have it, forever." The house trembled. Cracks spread through the walls and leaking static. "Maya, come on." Emma grabbed her. "We're getting out together." They kicked the door open. The forest waited. Taller trees, tangled branches, eyes carved into the trunks. They ran. The loop. 30 meters in, Emma looked back. The cabin was gone. "It worked," Maya gasped. They ran, 5 minutes 10. Through the trees in a clearing, the cabin. No. They'd run in a straight line. Again! They turned 90 degrees. 10 minutes later, the cabin. Right as cabin, behind a cabin. Always back to the same place. Maya started laughing. It wasn't sane. There's no way out. There never was. Maya, listen. I'll accept it, she said, eyes wide. I'll stop fighting. Let it happen. Maya, don't! But she was already walking into the dark. I'll find Logan and Ryan. We'll all be famous together forever. She vanished. Emma was alone. She went back inside. Upstairs into the room of old cameras. New photos lined the wall. Logan being pulled away. Ryan surrounded by shadows. Maya dissolving into static. Every camera pointed at her. Red lights blinking in unison. Only you left, Emma, the skeptic, the sweetest one. Emma slid down the wall, the camera still recording her face. She stared into the lens. And finally understood. It was never about escaping. It was about becoming part of the story. They came to expose the horror. Now they were the horror. 3 days later, Sheriff Morrison parked outside the cabin. 2 rangers and a search team with him. Van found, key still inside, no sign of the 4. He'd seen this before, too many times. Inside, equipment everywhere, all running, all recording. Upstairs, a laptop sat on a table. Battery dead, yet the screen glowed. It shouldn't be on, one ranger muttered. Morrison hit play. Emma appeared, face streaked with blood, eyes blank. If you're watching this, the authorities finally found the cameras. She laughed, broken, hollow. Logan was first, then Ryan, then Maya. I'm the last. The one who films to the end. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. Emma leaned closer, filling the screen. You wanted the truth about the terror in Montana. Behind her, Logan, Ryan, and Maya materialized, emotionless, dead-eyed. Emma smiled. It wasn't her smile. Now Ted wants you to. The image glitched. For a single frame, hundreds of overlapping faces screaming. Black screen. Morrison stepped back, shivering. Around him, every camera in the room had turned toward them. Recording. Let's go now. They ran downstairs. The front door wouldn't open. He pulled. Nothing. Sheriff, one ranger whispered, pointing at the window. The patrol car was farther away now. The clearing, larger. Among the trees, dozens of silhouettes. Watching. No, Morrison whispered. If the cameras are recording, it's already too late. A ranger checked his phone. It's recording by itself. I can't stop it. They all looked down. Every screen recording. For a brief moment, Emma, Logan, Ryan, and Maya appeared in the reflection, smiling behind them. 6 months later, Emma's video went viral. 100 million views. Comments flooded in. Best argy ever. Crazy good effects. Totally fake but amazing. Where are the bodies? 3 groups went to investigate, all vanished. Cameras found, I'm still recording. Footage leaked, millions of views. Comments again. Perfect sequel. 10/10 marketing. Fake but addicting. A couple from New York streamed live. 150,000 watching. In the final 5 minutes, the woman was alone, crying. Whispers calling her name. She looked into the lens. You wanted the truth about the terror in Montana. Now it wants you too. The stream cut. They were never found. But the video survived. Shared. Memed. Endless copies. More people started going there. Today, Raven Hollow is now one of the most filmed places in the world. Hundreds of videos, thousands of photos, endless theories. Authorities tried to block the roads. The roads always reappeared. The barriers always vanished. It was declared extremely dangerous. That only made it more popular. The truth. Confidential report from Dr. Samuel White, local folklorist. Old records call it Yaataaní, the sleepless watcher. It feeds on exposure. The more people watch, share, and comment, the stronger it becomes. The victims aren't dead. They're trapped in their final moment of terror, reliving it endlessly. Every view is an offering. There's no way to destroy it. It exists inside collective consciousness, perpetuated by technology. The only way to weaken it would be for everyone to stop watching, recording, or sharing. But we live in the age of exposure. So Yaataaní has never been stronger, and it will never stop being hungry. Right now, someone is editing a video about Raven Hollow. Right now, someone is planning to visit. Right now, the cameras are still recording, waiting, and within the static, Emma is still there. Logan, Ryan, Maya, all of them, trapped in perfect horror, recording, Forever. Because you watched, because you listened, because now you are part of the story. And stories like this never end, they just find new narrators. The end, or just the beginning. If you're thinking of searching for Raven Hollow, if you're checking Google Maps and scrolling through forums, Yaataaní is already watching, and when you're alone, you'll hear a voice calling your name. You'll feel the urge to film, to document, to expose. And when you do, it will be waiting.